What about that? You got any notification on that? Because we can stop the one on the Facebook. We got two viewers on that because we can stop the one on the Facebook.
We live on there.
All right, you see us on the tube?
I see you, but I ain't in there.
All right, I see you.
You see me in there on YouTube?
Yes, sir.
All right, then let's get it, brother. We'll just deal with it.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Well, welcome, people. We're doing a live on the tube. We're glad to have you here. King Brother, it's always a pleasure to see you, man. Looking immaculate, looking pretty.
Trying to be like you when I grow up, sir. I want one of those glorious wisdom beards when I grow up. That's what I want.
Listen, we're excited. You got some people on the page as well, so we're looking to, and hopefully you can join on the page, bro. Like it says, we have two people there that are viewing. Let's see what viewers.
We'll figure it out.
All right,
Do
cool.
what we
We'll
do.
make it happen. All right. So what's new with you, man?
Brother, listen, I am good. Eternally optimistic, brother.
Mhm.
Life is about to explode. I know that. I feel it in my bones. It's about to be something just magnanimous that's getting ready to happen in my life.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I'm talking to an amazing young lady, and and you know, like aside from her, I just think life is getting ready to just explode. So, when I believe that when you put good in the earth,
Mhm.
good comes back.
Yeah.
And so I'm anticipating a harvest. That's where I'm at right now.
I love it, man. It's interesting how we can feel the energy rising, and we can feel that there's something on the horizon rather. And oftentimes we've cast our bread on the waters, as they say. And
Right,
but I think one of the problems is that we stop anticipating because of what is perceived as delay or the preparation process.
right.
So now so what's new now? Talk to me now. We both have some birthdays this month.
Bruh, listen, 47,
Father
right?
God.
47. Um, bruh, it's not even like it's a blessing
Hmm.
to be 47, to be 53, right? Like these ages in our
Hmm.
communities are not guaranteed to us. Like I want you to think about your vibrance right now, your
Hmm.
energy right now. Bruh, my father died at 56,
No, bro, that is right.
right?
That is right.
You know what I'm saying? And so every single one of these moments is a blessing. Every time we get to hit a born day, man, it is a blessing.
Hmm.
And what I'm saying? I'm excited for us that both of us was able to sell. I ain't get to do much. I was sick in the hospital and the whole
That
bit.
is right.
But hey, I still had a good day, still had a good time, and it's just like, I can't like I was blessed to see another one. So
Hmm.
that's how it is, bro.
Someone said happy solar return to me, and I was like, okay, okay, I can take that.
So a return,
Um,
okay.
so for me, man, 53 years is interesting because Ben, there were times I didn't think I was going to see 21.
Oops,
The things
right.
that I was dealing with, the things that were on my mind, the thoughts of just depression and heaviness, man. I was like, I remember being afraid if I was going to make it to 21 and then not live. I don't know what that was. Um, I began to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? Man, here I am, 53 Earth years. And I thought about it. I said, like when you do the math on that, that's the number eight. That's new beginnings,
New beginnings, bro.
you know, the new beginnings. And so that new beginning, and I think that's a good point for us, Ben, because when you think about it, we've man, our life has kind of paralleled and been tracking. You know?
Bruh. So close.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
close.
I'm gonna add this too, because and I appreciate our connection. I'm gonna tell you why, because I felt you. I felt something was off when you were in the hospital. I felt something was off because I gave you your space to celebrate your birthday. And I said, wait, something's off. Something's off. And I kept feeling it. And I'm at the point now where I don't hesitate. And
Right.
that's when I called you and you said, bruh, I'm still, in the hospital. I'm like, what? So I had no idea mentally, but I could feel you spiritually, man. And that's the bond, that's the connection that there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother,
Right.
you know.
Yes.
So man, I'm
Indeed.
grateful for you, man. And then you checked in on me as well. And there was this bug that was going around. That mug was hitting people like knocking them off
Yeah.
their feet.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And we don't get sick.
Never. My blood pressure shot up, stupid high, 160 over 110. Um, had a temperature almost 102. Like
Hmm.
it was just crazy.
Hmm.
Then ulcer, colitis, and all that craziness. But at the end of the day, like you speak health over yourself, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
speak life, and that's the biggest deal. Is just make sure you speaking over yourself.
So even
And
tonight, I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say, even tonight, with the people who are watching and the brothers who are watching, man, our point is to let them know that there are good people and there are men that you can be brothers with and really be brothers, like closer than your blood brothers, that will sharpen you. And this is about a 20+ year connection. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like
bro,
I think we're embarking on 25, man. Like
I
it's
really want
been
to say that. I want to say
yeah,
that.
it's like almost 25 years, and just the ebbs and flows of our relationship
Hmm.
from where we started to where we are today. Um, we've talked in the past about when that thing shifted for you and I,
Hmm.
and um, I concur with you on that because I think that the biggest deal is men need to be able to trust men, right?
Hmm.
And
Correct.
like it's okay for a man to love another man. It's okay for a man to be vulnerable around another man,
Hmm.
and to be able to share like the real things that we are feeling, right?
Hmm.
Because that is what this whole deal is about, is for us to be able to connect with other men and give them a vehicle to be able to release what it is that they feeling, brother. So I love it. I love you to life. And for real, like this is what this whole thing is all about. So
Yeah, we have somebody joining us. Gentle Hands, is good to see you. Thank you so much. Thanks for chiming in. Do you see both of us or do you just see me? And that's what I need to know. If you would let me know whether you see both of us, because I sent an invitation, but I don't know if Ben is visible. Well, with that being said, that's a good segue into some of the things we're going to talk about tonight. Let me ask you a question, Ben. We've been our roles are parallel, raised in the church, parents, in ministry, siblings in ministry. Um, I'm the last child of my family. I think you're like what the
I'm in the middle.
you're in the middle. Okay, so you're a
I'm in
middle
the middle.
child. Both of our birthdays are in the month of March. And by the way, shout out to my dad who is 91, brother, still driving,
Wow.
you know, still kicking. Asking me if I know somebody his age that I could hook him up with. I'm like, okay, Fred, Freddie and Fred. That's
Go
what
ahead, player. Go ahead, player.
so but what would you say is one of the misconceptions that people have about us? I mean, I know you can only speak for you, man, but like what is one of the misconceptions you think people have regarding you as a person?
So one I know is if you never met me, right? You don't know anything about me. Uh, most people think I'm a dumb jock. Most people think I'm a dumb jock. Um, I did play sports when I was younger, right? I was
Mhm.
pretty high level basketball player and whatnot. but most people think I'm a dumb jock. I'm actually a pretty chill nerd, but most people think I'm a dumb jock. My only saving grace now is the glasses. People be like, I don't know about this dude, but um, that's a big misconception about me. And then because I am so chill, people think
Hmm.
I'm weak.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So like
Is that
once
weakness
you
for
hang with
kindness?
me for a little bit, people be thinking I'm weak because I'm chill. Like I'm just chill. That's it. But I am I'm just chill. I ain't weak. You know.
Hmm.
Uh that's probably the biggest misconception about me. Like if you don't know me, you think I'm a dumb jock. When you get to know me, you think I'm weak. You know.
Okay. All right. I like that. Um, for me, one of the misconceptions I believe people have is that they think I'm serious, you know, and I could see how, that could be the misconception, but I'm not. I love to have fun. I'm silly acting, and don't let me be in a relationship where I'm feeling I'm feeling the energy, and I tap into that creativity, man. I love when I'm able to tap into who I am. I'm creative. Um, I'm a big kid at heart, and again, once you get to know me, you'll realize how I'm not going to say sensitive, but I will say how caring I am. You know, I mean, that's just who I am. I love to have fun, and I'm going to try to lighten the load, even in a disagreement. I'm going to look at trying to figure out how to lighten that disagreement so we can get through and push through. You know.
Like that. So you was talking earlier about us both growing up in church,
Hmm.
PKs, all that
Hmm.
kind of stuff. Um, so let me ask you this, bro. Like, legitimately, what role do you think church played in your life?
For me, church played a significant role when it came to um, a standard to go by.
Mm,
It was very, dealing with my parents. They were very straightforward, strict. My dad was strict. My dad was very strict. Mom was more fun loving, but when dad was around, she, morphed to his personality style. So, and of course, she attended to him. So, of course, we didn't understand that. But church played a role in, I will say this here, taking, shifting blame. It helped me, but it
shifting.
also, this is going to be heavy right here. It taught me how to be irresponsible and a hypocrite. I'll say that. It taught me how to be
Wait,
irresponsible,
hold on, bro.
irresponsible,
Okay, hold on. It
because
taught you
nothing
how to
I
be
did was my fault.
irresponsible, a hypocrite.
Hmm.
You got to
Nothing I
expound on
did, nothing I did was my fault. It was either God's fault or the devil's fault.
that.
So if I prayed for a position or a job or something and I didn't get it, then it was, well, maybe God didn't want me to have it. Or
So
go ahead.
that's wild that you say that because part of the issue is that we ascribe so much power to God and the devil
Hmm.
as a result of the way that most of us have been reared in church.
Hmm.
Um, and it's not like you don't take accountability that maybe you weren't qualified, right?
Hmm.
Or take it to the other side, right? There's people who don't believe in any God and get jobs that they ain't qualified for.
Right.
It's just a connection, right? So I'm not the person. So for anybody who's listening, let me tell you, I'm not the person who's gonna tell you don't believe. I'm not the
Right.
person
Right. Yeah,
like
definitely.
that's that's
Definitely not.
that's not where I'm
Definitely. Right.
at all, right? So don't come with your pitchforks trying to burn my place down or anything like that, 'cause that's not where I'm at. But we ascribe so much to the God and to the devil
Mm-hmm.
when the fact of the matter is, a lot of the times it has nothing to do with either. It has everything to do with your personal
Mm-hmm.
resume,
Mm-hmm.
right? And your personal connections
Mm-hmm.
for you to be able to get in and out of something. Uh, and, uh, like, one of like those unexpected checks in the mail,
Right,
they
right.
was unexpected because you wasn't expecting it to come. Doesn't mean it was a blessing. It just means you overpaid on your medical bill or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Like, oh God, I got $750 in because you paid your medical bill and your insurance kicked in after the fact and they gave you the money back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, was it God? Could be, right? Might not be. Might just be the medical bill, right? So I'm not I'm not a person who's anti anything, right? I'm always going to be the person that's going to tell you that whatever you believe in, love and live what you believe in. Because that's just not where I'm at. Now, for me, church played a pivotal role in me because it helped me with my morality,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I learned, I now as I've gotten older, the scriptures have become more of an allegory for me. But
Mm-hmm.
but as I've learned, right, those allegories matter, right? So like you think about a story, uh, the uh, the tortoise and the hare, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Fable.
right,
Mm-hmm.
it's fable, allegory, but it's what it talks about is being consistent and going through your life. And if you're consistent, you'll move forward in life, right? Um, and you can win races that you weren't supposed to win
Mm-hmm.
because you continue to be consistent, right? And there are stories within the scriptures that they're like, okay, I can put myself into David and Goliath, right? I can put myself in the Hebrew boys' conversation. I can put
Mm-hmm.
myself in Jonah in the well. I can put myself in Paul walking down. I can put myself in Jesus in Damascus, right? Like you can find yourself in these type of situations and scenarios, and like, okay, now I can bring myself out of them. So like. It was morality, it was strength, it was the allegories that like gave me confidence that regardless of what I was dealing with, I could get through it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me to say like it made me uh, how do I want to say this? Like I grew and I started challenging everything while I was in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
While I was preaching, I was challenging everything.
What do you think caused you to challenge it? Was it an experience? Was it just what was it? What do you think it was?
It was so for me it was the reading.
Mm-hmm.
Now some of it is the people that's in it, right?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you start being in testimony service, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, this testimony don't make any sense, right? You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of that, but the main thing was the reading. Like there are so many discrepancies right in your face, right? And that was that. So there were things. I'm gonna give you one, right? So one of the things I remember when I was a youth pastor and I was talking to my youth, and I was very critical with my youth when I said this to them. I said, the Bible says to not to be unequally yoked with unbelievers,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so to me, when you hear that, and the way I was reared, right, was that, well, you need to only be married to somebody in the church. So as I looked at that, I said, well, there should only be happy marriages
Mm-hmm.
and no divorce in the church.
Right. Right.
But there's a crap ton of unhealthy marriages and a divorce rate in the church that's higher than that of the secular world. So then, if I'm going to only be with a unbelief, if I'm only going to be yoked to believers, then why is there a divorce rate so high, and why is there a so many people who are in unhealthy and so
And not
that was
enjoying their
kind of like
marriages. They feel
not
like it's
enjoying
more
their
of a
marriage,
confinement
right?
than it is a marriage.
Exactly.
Right.
So when I started to think about that, that's when I started like those things. And then the other thing is that as I got a little bit old, like I was always challenging it while I was in it. I just always looked at it. But then as I got a little bit older, I came across a book called The Four Agreements.
Hmm.
And when I started
Read
reading
that
The
book.
Four Agreements,
Great read.
oh my goodness, one of the like I read that book minimum once a year.
Hmm.
I love that book. And when I started to read that book and it started talking about the Toltec and how you were born into your beliefs,
Hmm.
um, it started to change the way that I looked at everything. That was really like the start for me to be like, is this real? Like, is this real? Right. And it wasn't like it's not a bad thing. Like again, I'm not ever going to be a person that's going to say like you are, unwise or anything for believing what you believe or anything like that. It started my challenge
Hmm.
because then I started to look at the scriptures and as I started to look understand that book a little bit more, then I started to read it. I continue because I still read the Bible to this day. I still read the
Hmm.
Bible. But it has me to look at the scriptures a lot more critically today. So that's kind of like where I started to like. I won't say that I necessarily like went on full like stop believing per se, but I definitely went on full challenge mode.
You have to, if you look at the text, and Paul even applauded the Berean. He said, I'm grateful that you heard me and that you listened. However, you do your study for yourself.
Right.
And I think that one of the challenges, if you look at the setup for any church, whether it be a church split or any new established church, they're set up the same way. There's one speaker, it's one lectern, and then you have a delegation of people who are listening to this one message. And there's
Right.
nowhere possible that that one word can be for everyone that's in that setting, you know. And then again, when you start looking at the text, it's just basically kind of telling the story that a person can read. Well, you can read a PowerPoint presentation. You create one, they tell you don't read from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Summarize it, you know.
Right.
Um, so I think one of the challenges was it was never clear as to, like, one of the struggles that people in church and we all have is with temptation. Like, do
Right.
we have victory, true victory over temptation? Another thing too is the philosophy that you are God and the devil. I believe that God and the devil resides within us. Heaven is a state of existence. Um, and we can have heaven while we're on earth. There's so many
Hmm.
different, the more you read it, the more you read it and you slow it down. Let me tell you something else too. Life experiences will cause your eyes to be open. Life
Right.
experiences will open your eyes.
Indeed. So do you think that is it the Bible teachings and the application? Is it the Bible by itself? Is it the way that we were taught? Like what made you challenge and become more curious?
What my elevation began with my diagnosis of cancer. It was during that time that um, I did not. I got upset with God, and that's something else too. Let's just go this route. I took time and I read the Old Testament, and I was wondering why every God had a name except our God.
Hmm.
Dagon is a God. He had a name, and then you had even a shrine unto the unknown God. However, our God, there's such controversy over a name, and God is a title. It is not a name. So when I started pondering and seeking, I started realizing that there are things that were there's a transliteration and there's a translation. You know, you can, anyway, your name is Ben, you in any other language, in any other culture, it's going to be close to that pronunciation.
Right.
Ben, you know, I
Right.
have a pair of socks with my name on it, and different cultures have it's still yet Chris. You're going to still see Kristen there somewhere. So my point is, I started seeking, and no one can answer. And once I started seeking the name, I started realizing that as you go through the Hebrew, I started seeing the discrepancies. At that point, I was like, there's something hidden from us. So now it's hard for me when people ask me to speak. I try to figure out what it is now that what they want, what they're desiring, because it's I have to speak from my conviction. Questioning the beliefs of the Bible, yes, versus what was taught. I am questioning that. Like, do you have to, you ready? Do you have to speak in tongues as the Spirit of God gives utterance to determine that you are saved? And if you are saved, then are you saved forever, or can you lose your salvation?
Good. So even with that, right? Like, what is saved,
That's the question. Saved from what?
right? So, like, the more that you start to ask just simple questions.
Hmm.
So like, I think about this. Like, if the God that we serve is this all loving God, the young man, young woman in North Korea who never has an opportunity to follow the Christ, to hear of the Christ, but lives an exemplary life nonetheless.
Hmm.
Can that person be saved and go to heaven? Right? It like you lived a great life. You took care of people. You loved your fellow man. You did all the things. You just didn't know the Christ. So because you lived a great life, but you didn't know the Christ, you just going to die and go to hell, right? Like there's things that just the good human being on earth,
Hmm.
but the person who committed adultery, murder, thievery, all those type of things, but they confessed, right? And they
Hmm.
okay, now I get to go to hell. Like there's certain things that just doesn't make sense to me. The other thing is this is something that just kind of blew my mind. This omniscient and omnipresent God,
Hmm.
right? Who can be anywhere, anytime, any place, at any given moment, says that there is only one way for you to come to me, right? There's only one way for
Hmm.
you to come to me.
And what is that way?
That way is through the Christ,
Hmm.
right?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Right? So that's the only way that you could come to me, but you're everywhere at
Hmm.
all times. So then my consciousness has not gotten me to the place to where I can find you in a different way,
Hmm.
right? Like there's certain things that just like I I'm not one again. I want to make sure this is clear. If you believe, you believe, right? I'm not a person that's ever going to stop you from believing. I'm not ever going to be a person that's going to stop you from going to listen. If it like we can go to church together. I'm not anti-church. But there's some things that you we should be able to call into question and to be able
Hmm.
to ask those questions, right? And so I could go down a litany of things. Like even the Christ person. How did the Christ get here? The Christ got here through an immaculate virgin birth, right? That is the one miracle in the Bible that has never been replicated again in life, right? So, like, let's think about this. So this loving God. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. Anyhow, so like it, there's so many things that you can question that at the very least you should be able to question, be curious about, and ask questions and dig deeper into.
And
And that is the view.
that's where I know where inclusion came in. And you're right. Let's keep it moving because but you remember the late Carlton Pearson. His question was, is it black and white like that? When you have
Right.
the same person who was on the cross that said, you are the Christ, and this, that, and the other, and this day you're going to be with me in paradise. So, what about these other people? Are they going to go to hell? Um, Again, like you said, it's not, what people believe is what they believe. But I'm telling you, there is an invitation to ask, and it shall be given; to seek,
Right.
and it shall you shall find; to knock, and the door be open. And also, I believe it's in Peter says, or James, it says, if any person lacks knowledge, let them ask of the Most High,
Exactly.
who gives freely and holds back. It's not confusing. But that means you have to go directly, not through a
Right.
person.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I know what I say.
Listen, dude, we could go down this rabbit hole for a long time. We're gonna talk about this here in the next couple of weeks anyway, so that's all
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me ask you something off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
When did you know? Okay, so first, let me ask it to you like this: Do you think you're a husband?
Mm-hmm.
And if you think you're a husband, when did you know you were a husband?
Okay. I knew I was husband after the first marriage, which was, of course, to my daughter's mother. I knew I lacked training.
Okay.
And then from there, I went on a quest to figure out what it means to be husband, because I knew it was more than just a title. Like, how is someone a husband just because someone said, I pronounce you husband and I pronounce you wife? So as I began to ponder, look, and reflect on myself, I started realizing that the analogy that came to me was, if you find money on the ground, it doesn't convert or become that once because you see it.
Hmm.
It is already that denomination. You just have to know its value and perceive its
Right.
worth. And then, of course, you and I have talked, and it came to me, just through trial and error. You know, every husband is a man, but not every man is husband.
Right.
Every wife is a woman, but not every woman is wife. Husband and wife come from the heart of Yahuwah, the Most High. They're the attributes, the dual nature. And so that was that. Then as I got in relationship, I started looking at what it means to be husband. And as you and I have talked, and I'm fast forwarding, there's a part that goes like this. As Christ, which is a mindset, not the brain, but a mindset and elevation, loved the church and gave himself. Brother, that gave, that's painful.
Right.
That's so just going through those processes, I begin to realize that I'm husband. Now, did I value that? No, because I still had issues that I was going through and dealing with, and I was in denial, and I wanted to play. I got tired of being, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to play. And in doing that, I started leaking my strength to women who were not wives,
Oh.
because it was easier for me to blend in and hide. I was in denial. So at that point, I would hit it. I began to become the prodigal son to myself, but we'll go there. I'll wait till that comes up. But I knew it. I knew it years ago, and I stand in it now. I stand in it. I will not settle for anything less.
You know what? Like, I think about that for myself. I've been the title of husband for 23 years.
Hmm.
I was a good man. I don't know if I was always a husband.
That's good. That's good.
I learned, I have learned husbandry
Husbandry. That's the word.
since I've been divorced now for almost 5 years.
Hmm.
You the role of protector and provider. This is when I knew, and again, I think that I think I was a good husband, in the role of the traditionalism of what husband is, right? I think I was pretty good. But you talked about earlier, as Christ loved the church, right? The
Mhm.
ability to lay yourself down. There's a scripture that I absolutely love that has nothing to do with the marriage, but I always equate it to marriage. It said he finds a treasure. He
Mm.
takes a treasure and he buries it in the fields and he goes and sells everything he has
Mhm.
and he goes and buys the field that the treasure was buried in. And when I came to really understand that scripture is when I really began to understand for myself that what husband is.
Mhm.
That it's more than being a protector. See, we look at protector and we think of protector as being uh, the big strong man that
Right.
goes listens to
Physical brawn.
some brawny and like, oh,
Mhm.
something happened in the house, let me go check it out.
Right.
Protect Protecting your wife is protecting her heart
Mhm.
and protecting her spirituality and protecting her soul and protecting her emotional well-being and protecting her it is protecting the humanity of that woman.
Mhm.
And providing is not uh, uh, just simply uh,
Financial.
paying a bill,
Correct.
right?
Mhm.
When you break the word down, pro is before vidi, or vision is to see. That's the ability to see a need before it comes. So when I know that you aren't taking full care of yourself, I then step into the need and tell you what you need to do to provide. That's provision.
Mhm.
We have subjugated the role of husband to being a security officer and an
Mhm.
accountant,
Mhm. And a disciplinarian as a
and
father.
not
Mhm.
being able to take care of the whole of a woman.
Correct. Correct.
And when I started to really understand that, that's when I really feel like, oh man, now I'm ready to be a husband. I think that I played the role well, right? I
Mhm.
think I played the role well based on the information that I had attained
Correct.
at
At
the
the time.
time,
That's right.
right? I wouldn't say that I was a bad husband, but I wasn't the full husband that I am today.
Mhm.
Today, when my woman gets me, she's going to get and one hell of a husband.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I understand the role so much better today, which is another reason why I can't be with somebody who's not a wife.
Correct. You cannot. You have to be in alignment. This is where equally yoked comes in. One
Exactly.
aspect of it, and is a mental husband and wife is a mentality that that um cultivates and transforms into your nature. Be transformed by renewing your mentality. Once
Right.
you're transformed in your mind, then everything else follows. And
Right.
one of the challenges too, that's divisive amongst the genders, is for women to not understand the office, because we use this terminology, the office of
Right.
husband and wife. There's not, as they say, there'll be no marriage in location heaven, but on earth, you're representing that Christ bride relationship, that mindset, that covering relationship. And I'm learning that women and men are equal. They're equal,
Yeah.
submitting one to another. I look forward to be able to submit to
Right.
wife's wisdom
Right.
and help her harness her emotions. I look forward to her saying, "Babe, now that wasn't good. Like, oh, okay. Will you forgive me? I'm sorry." I look forward to that. But when you know the office, brother, it's like a horticulturist, man. You go and because it comes from that Greek word vine dresser. So you're cultivating and you're digging and making sure you're fertilizing. You can't overwater, you can't over fertilize, because if you do too much, it's going to cause root rot. You have to have downloads
Mm.
from the inventor of marriage, the creator of marriage. I'm going to hit. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna hit with this one too. I'm gonna hit hard with this one. Just the other day, and I was sharing with a friend of mine. I said it came to me that I've never asked my higher self, how is Chris supposed to date?
Mm.
My higher self knows how I'm supposed to date. And when I started asking myself that question, but it became so clear. It became so clear. So yeah, that's a word. I love it, brother. I love it. That spiritual thing is no joke. It's so much fun.
So you was touching on earlier about the prodigal son.
Mhm.
How are you the prodigal son?
How have I been the prodigal son? Well, if you look at the story, the prodigal son knew what he was entitled to. He knew what was his, but he did not consider his immaturity. So he got into his attitude himself, the devil, and he got into himself and said, "You know what? I want what I have. I want my independence. Number one, it's a parable. I want what belongs to me. I want my independence." And the father, I'm visualizing, saying, "Son, listen, you showed us what you want. You're not ready. Da, 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 da. Got some more things I want to teach you. All right. No, I want it now. I want it now." And what does he do? He goes out. So as prodigal son, I have I have rejected myself. I have subjected myself. I have aborted purpose, knowing who I am for the sake of engaging in pleasure, trying to assimilate into a system that everyone else seems to be having fun in. And it took me to a low point. And that low point was the devil in me, low vibration. But I came to myself. And when I came to myself, I remembered the God in me, the Christ in me. And I started ascending Jacob's ladder. I went down to hell within. I went up and I ascended into heaven within. And I came to myself and I forgave myself. And when I forgave myself, I started walking in purpose and in alignment with who I am. And guess what? I've repeated the prodigal son time after time again.
When I tell you, I know you my brother because we on the same wavelength. As I started thinking about that myself, prodigal son, I'm gonna get a little long-winded. Little,
That's the preacher. A little.
you know. I ain't gonna put my hand behind my head though. So there is great movie, The Lion King.
Okay.
And The Lion King, Simba lost his father. The monkey, I can't remember the monkey's name, said, "Your father is not dead."
Mm, that's right.
And he said, "Yes, he is." And he said, "No, he's not. Follow me." He took Simba up to a through the woods into a lake, and he said, "Look at the lake." And when Simba looked at the lake, he saw his image,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and he said, "I don't see my father. I see me."
Mm-hmm.
And the monkey said, "Look harder." And when Simba started looking harder, Simba started to see the image
Mm-hmm.
of his father
Within him.
in the
The
in the
flesh.
water.
That's right.
So So as he was looking at himself, he saw the image of the king
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scripture that says the kingdom
Yeah.
of heaven
Mm-hmm. It's where?
is within you, right?
No, it's up there, bro. No, it's up there.
It's within you,
7 longitudes over. Eight
right?
latitude.
Right. So as I look at the prodigal son to myself, it was the king. He saw the king and the kingdom
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
within himself
Yes. When he came
while
to
he
him
was in the mud,
while he was.
right? And so I appreciate prodigal son's story
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so much because I've been in the mud on multiple occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I hear that story or read that story and I see he came to himself, I see Simba looking in the lake,
Yes.
seeing his father, and the realization that not only the king, but
Mm-hmm.
the kingdom
Kingdom. Yes. Yeah, the government.
is within me.
Yes, sir.
And the
Yes,
other
sir.
piece of that is that nobody came to save the prodigal son. It doesn't say that his father came. It
No.
doesn't say that his brother came. It
Mm-hmm.
says that he came to himself. So it was him in the mud realizing the who he is and the what he is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That said, I need to pull myself out of this. I've been in the mud and realized that if I don't get myself out of this, my daughters ain't gonna be right.
You
If
talking,
I don't,
son. You talking.
right? If I don't get myself out of this, my now grandchildren won't be
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I've been in the mud on so many occasions, and I've learned that it's you, the
Ben,
king,
Ben,
and the
Ben.
kingdom
It's
is
you.
in you.
It's you.
And you can make a decision as to
Mm-hmm.
whether or not you are going to allow your kingship and your kingdom
Kingdom to be
to
established.
stay in the
Yes, sir.
mud,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right? And so, like, I've been the prodigal son. I've been in the mud,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't matter how many tears I've cried. Don't matter how many times I've wallowed in the mud
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that. You've got to get yourself out of it. And I love the fact that it said he came to himself because a lot of times when you are in the mud, you
Mm-hmm.
think you are of the mud,
That's right.
that the mud becomes you.
You know,
And
you
no,
know,
you're not the mud. Go
you're
ahead.
not the mud. You know, even in that, there are different messages. There are multiple messages. There's one of grace.
Right,
There's one of grace, meaning, see, and what happens is that there's one of grace and there's one of consciousness.
right,
In our human form, we're going to forget. We're going to be distracted with from who we are. But when we got to keep coming to ourselves. It is not religion that's going to save you. The Bible, the Bible is full of examples. That's all it is. That's all it is. We have to be honest, and if you can take from that, because that's what it says. It was written for our example.
right,
I was talking to a brother yesterday. He said, "I'm ashamed of myself. I've done this, that, and the other." I said, "Brother, have you forgiven yourself?" I
right.
said, Yeshua told him, he says, "Listen, whoever sins you forgive, that's whose sins will be forgiven." But he also said, "Whoever sins you retain, their sins will not be forgiven them." Well, that it also includes you.
Right,
And we're taught to give so much, but how about give yourself forgiveness? Forgive
right.
yourself. Another thing, let's hit it. I never saw where, and I mean this for all, yes, all the denominations. When Jesus was in the wilderness, I have struggled, I have wrestled, I have not said a thing to anybody. But I'm gonna tell you something, brother. It says when Yeshua was in the wilderness, he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of his lower nature, because that's bottom line what the devil is. And it says
Yes,
when the
sir.
tempter came to him, everything that we see, the battle is between good and evil within us, that nature.
Right.
We get to choose. And Yeshua did not say it is written, this, that, and the other in the name of Yeshua. He did not use any other name. He spoke with authority. And the more we realize that, yes, I'm gonna hit it. There is power in authority, not in the name. I know how it's been written. I know how it's been written. But when Jesus came, the only thing, and I said Jesus this time, the only thing he came to do was to show us consciousness, bro. That's all he came to do. That's all he came to do. He said, I and the Father is one. He said, when you see me, you see the Father. The works I do, I saw my Father do. Restore me to the glory that I had before I became human. Everything was fine until we became human. We came through two individuals, through two flesh lines that were faulty, and now our spirit has determined, I'm killing you every day. Die, 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 die. That's what's going on. That's what's going on, man. So I have been several times over the prodigal son.
Well, when I think about that so much, um, there's so many different thoughts that came to my brain as I read that story over and over
Mm-hmm.
again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the things that it doesn't say that he did. Now, again, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. Do whatever works for you, right? It doesn't say he sat there and prayed,
Mm-mm. Oh,
right?
what should I do? Lord of this, give me a sign. Go ahead.
Right? He it said he ate and he said, "Why am I eating this
Why am I
in
settling?
in my father's house?" Right? He recognized the king and the kingdom within himself. And we just got to learn. Dude, that is the I am that I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is the I am that I am. That is because everything that you need is already inside of you.
It's within you, Ben. It's within us. We don't
It's
have to look
already
for it.
there.
We have to
You were
speak it.
you were born with everything you need already inside of you.
Yes, sir.
It was in it. We don't speak our I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick. We speak I'm sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm broke. We speak I'm broke.
What does it say? Let the weak say, I am strong.
Strong,
In the
right?
midst of weakness, say, I'm strong. Go ahead.
Yeah, like the I am. You are every single thing you need within yourself is in the when you speak it, the universe has to react to the words that come up out of your mouth because you are. That's the king, the kingdom is in you.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that you speak has to come back. When you speak, I'm health.
Mm-hmm.
You become healthy.
Mm-hmm.
When you speak, I'm wealth. That's when those unexpected checks come in the mail, right? You speak it, and that's when, man. One thing you think about that. Um, how the how does it come out? It just escaped. It was getting ready to say, um, hey, to come back to me because it just came to my brain and lost it.
Mm-hmm.
But your words are the most powerful tool you have.
Our words are vibratory, brother. They are spirit and they are life.
They are life.
Yes, sir.
Life and death
Is in the
is in the
power
power of the
of
tongue.
the tongue.
So whatever you speak about yourself is the truth about you.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a little bit ago, I made a post about if you understood the power of your thoughts, you wouldn't just think anything. If you understand the power of your words, you wouldn't
And
just
just
say
saying anything.
anything,
Right.
right? When you think it, as a man thinks, so is he. But also, as you think, that's how you speak.
Mm-hmm.
So when you speak, I am a king. When you speak, I am a queen, you will become that king and that king. You are what you say that you are. That we have learned, we have mastered the ability to speak negativity over our lives. And we wonder why we stay in a negative state.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we continue to speak the negativity over us. When the fact of the matter is, if you start speaking positive, I am, I that is a declarative statement,
Mm-hmm. Right.
right? You think about I am. You think about it said who do they say that I am?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Who do they say that I am? When it said I am, if we start getting into Jireh, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Sikkenu,
Mm-hmm.
you come to all the wheel in the middle of the wheel, like you start coming through with all of the names of the Christ, all of those things are already within
Within, brother. There's nothing we have to look for externally. There's no one we have to, there's an affirmation that we have to ask help for or from. There's an affirmation that I made. The name of the book is called The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's by Florence Scovel Shinn. That was also transformative in my life. But it goes like this. It says, I draw to me my own from the north, south, east, and west. I draw to me my own. Mean whatever provision I need. Yes, I'm the visionary. I have received the download. But when I start trying to figure out how to execute, that may elude me and overwhelm me. But when I started saying, you know what, I cast the care of fear upon um, the Christ within me, and it shall come to pass. That becomes the responsibility of the Christ within me. But it's the way we talk to ourselves and through situations. And there was a situation that was designed to come against me. And I said these words. Of course, there's a book called the Power of the Subconscious Mind. The subconscious mind
you.
does not know a joke. It does not.
Right.
We can say, well, I got paid today, I'll be broke by tomorrow. Guess what? You will be broke
Right.
by tomorrow. The subconscious does not know a joke. But in that book, it says it is finished in divine order. And I kept saying that it is finished in divine order. And as I said it, I began to visualize completion, um, being sealed, to
Mhm.
return no more, and divine order taking place. So the power of our words, and this is what we want, King Brothers, for us to understand and for you to understand that when you speak, expect that what you speak is going to come to pass. You'll hear me say, my words, as I've seen, so have I spoken. As I've spoken, so shall it be. My words will not fall to the ground until they've accomplished what they've sent. And I speak that from the Christ God likeness within me. Ben, question for you.
What's up, brother?
Just we talking about these I ams. How have you been Samson? How have you been Samson in relationships in the Bible?
Ah,
Samson from the Bible. Have you been Samson in your life?
you and I was having a conversation one day,
Mm-hmm.
um, and the Samson story is just a wonderful illustration of man when it comes to woman. So he knew where his strength lied,
Mm-hmm.
right? So one day you and I was having a conversation about the Proverbs 31 woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody talks about the Proverbs 31 woman, but if you look at that scripture starts at verse 10. But
Right.
in verse 3, the mother is giving counsel
Mm-hmm.
to her son,
Right.
and she says, "Do not give your
Yeah.
strength to a woman."
That's right. It ruins kings.
Samson's strength was in his hair,
Mm-hmm.
and he loved the woman so much that he continued to try to hold his strength back.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, he gave his strength to his woman. He
Mm-hmm.
told her what it was. Now, how have I been Samson? I've told people my dreams and visions
Mm-hmm.
and then allow for them to take my strength.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that they was coming for my strength.
You gave them this.
I gave them my strength. One of the most powerful things as a man that you can have is a vision and a purpose.
Mm-hmm. That seed. That is seed.
And if you give your seed to a woman who is not fertile ground, you have cast your
Your
seed
pearl.
in,
That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
right? You have to be able to send a seed into a woman who can fertilize and grow
Mm-hmm.
that vision and that purpose. And it doesn't mean that she's taking it and she's going to run with it and she's
Mm-hmm.
going to, turn around and take the, 5 talents and turn it into 10, right? That's not, but it's about, is this woman a safe space for you to grow your vision and your plan?
Mm-hmm.
And I have cast my seed, and it's not even, this ain't a sexual thing, right? I've
Mm-hmm.
cast my
Yeah.
seed into people who could not germinate my seed.
Mm-hmm.
I gave them my strength. And the thing that I learned over the course of my time is that I cannot give away my vision or my purpose. I can, if I have a woman who knows me and understands me, she will take my vision
Mm-hmm.
and help me grow my vision. And that was my previous Samson experience, was that I continued to give away my vision and my purpose and my strength
Mm-hmm.
to someone whose seed wasn't fertile or whose ground wasn't fertile.
Wasn't fertile. Right.
Yeah.
I think that is important. I know one of the podcasts we did, man, maybe about a year and a half ago, um, vetting vetting your potential, your partner, you know.
Yeah.
Um, the more we become conscious and become self-aware of our spirituality, I've always said that um, being able to co-create is a small part of is only 1% of our 100% capability. You follow me? If we're going to go that route, I know that I have cast my vision into women that I knew were incapable of sustaining it, of helping to multiply it. Um, they were enamored with the aesthetics. They were enamored with the gifting, but they weren't willing to carry the weight. They weren't, remember, and you talked about yoking a while ago. They weren't willing to be yoked with it. And now I was willing to catch their vision and I could help cultivate it and it would grow as long as they were willing to submit. And I use
Right.
that word because we're submitting one to another.
Right.
But again, when we don't when we don't understand and we're not taught correctly, and we're not taught that your strength is not just one thing. There are many facets of our existence that, equate to our strength. But I'm creative. Um, I hear, I see, I discern. Uh, yeah. And if I'm telling you things to safeguard your heart and to protect you, but you keep rebelling, that right there is casting my pearl, my gifting, into a non-fertile um, environment. I
Right.
remember telling you one time before you know, went through your divorce, I said there's certain things that couldn't manifest in a non-sterile environment,
Right.
full of vision, full of seed, full of provision, but the environment wasn't conducive to the sustaining of that seed. So yeah. What are your thoughts?
Right. You know, it like, man, when you think about that, so the one thing about the scriptures, right, is that it is all about the every story is you in the story.
It is.
Uh you if you're swallowed up by the well, what does that mean? You've been swallowed up by life circumstances.
Mhm.
And the well didn't eat you, right? It was that you were swallowed up and you had to figure out what you need to do inside of it to get out of it. Or you were the three Hebrew boys and you were
Mhm.
thrown into the fire furnace and life is burning all around you, blah, 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 right? The Samson story to me is such a dichotomy of manhood, man. Because and that's why I always come back to the Proverbs 31 woman, and I always that story, and I always bring it back to Samson, right?
Mhm.
Not that Delilah was this Proverbs 31 woman per se, but it is the cautionary tale prior to. And man, when a man finds a woman that he loves, right, man, he will lay everything down for her.
Yes, he will. Yes, he
He
will.
lay everything
Yes,
down
he
for her.
will.
And it's such a cautionary tale because the thing is you'll give up everything for her,
Hmm.
but she can, even though she continued to try to be conniving to find out, I think that she still respected him because he didn't give up his. It was when he finally gave it up
Hmm.
that she lost all respect,
Mm. Wow, that's a different perspective there.
right?
But
She respect
her heart was deceitful.
her heart was deceitful. I'm
Her
not
heart
saying
was
that it
deceitful.
wasn't.
Right. I'm just saying. I want to put that point in there. Her heart was
Yeah,
deceitful.
her
Hmm.
heart was deceitful, but you remember, like the demise of it, she lost full respect, disappeared once she cut the hair,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? She kept coming back, right? Now, her purpose in his life was to, but I'm looking at it from a little bit of a higher plane, in that a woman will respect you as a man
Hmm. Hmm.
if you maintain your integrity with your purpose and your vision.
I agree with you on that. Okay, I'm looking at it from that perspective. Yes, yes, because she'll. Yeah, I agree. But
Not every woman is Delilah.
when you disrespect your purpose, when you abort your
Her
vision and mission,
purpose, she
yes,
will lose full
you sure
respect,
will. Yes, you will. I agree with you
right?
wholeheartedly.
And so
And won't even state it, but you'll feel it too. You'll feel
you'll know she'll stop respecting you
it.
all the
Hmm.
way around,
Yes, you
right?
will.
And so that is like, take Delilah and her deceit out of it. If Delilah wasn't being deceitful, she was just being a regular woman in
Hmm.
regards to him. because the story is designed to show us that, this to see. But I'm looking at it from a higher plane and say, man, men, as men, we cannot lose our vision and our purpose. And the thing that we do when we find a woman that we love and care for, the
Mm-hmm.
first thing we give up is our vision and our purpose. And when you have a vision and you have a purpose, you have to maintain your vision and your purpose. And the more that you maintain your vision and your purpose in your life, the more that that woman that you're dealing with is going to respect you
Mm-hmm.
for maintaining your vision and
Mm-hmm.
your purpose. And that part, that's the cautionary tale. As long as Samson didn't tell her, didn't give up his
Mm-hmm.
purpose was to kill the Philistines.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And his strength
It was in his
was
hair.
in his hair.
Right.
His purpose was in his hair.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up your hair. Don't give up your strength. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how much you love her. Your purpose is in your hair. Whatever your hair is represented in your life,
Representative, I
don't
love it.
give it up.
Yes. Yes. You have to, and I'll be honest with you, man. We haven't been taught how to do relationship. Like this right here is a lesson. This is invaluable. This is priceless, brother. Talking about where iron is sharpening iron. Don't give up your hair.
Hmm.
When you give it up, she loses respect. You have aided in her losing respect for you, you know. And brother, I'm telling you that's monumental right now. I pray that our brothers are listening. I'm serious because and we can go back and get it again, regain. Um, but look how much it weighed on him when he took his own life. Samson didn't have to die that way.
He didn't. He asked Most High for one more chance,
Yeah, but
and he killed a bunch of folk,
mm-hmm,
but he died there.
mm-hmm, yeah,
But if he would not have given up his strength,
bruh, how many times, Ben?
right?
How many times have we felt like we gave all and were depleted, and we were at the point of quitting and just wanting to let go? Brother,
But think about this. Why did we get to that place? We got to that place because we gave up our purpose, and
mm-hmm,
the person we gave up our purpose to lost respect for us.
yeah,
And so now we are in this field of loneliness
mm-hmm,
because the person
depression,
we gave up our
mm-hmm,
our the person we gave our hair to,
mm-hmm,
right, no longer respects us. And we don't have our hair to lean back on,
yeah, yeah.
right? So
So
think
what do I
about
have
that
to do? Yeah,
island that you're on by yourself,
yes,
right?
yes.
So it's like, if that's why it's so imperative that we find the right person.
You're subjected
That
to
we're
self-defeating
not
thoughts. Mm-hmm.
right. Because
Yeah.
when you're with the right person, that person is not going to do anything but drive you to
Yes.
your
Yes.
purpose.
They're going to drive you. I love it, to your purpose, simultaneously to the Christ in you.
Right.
They're
To
pushing
your
you
highest
to your
self.
highest self.
They want
Yes.
you to be
Yes.
the highest version of you.
Yes.
And so, yeah, the thing is, we quick to find a Delilah because Delilah look good. Delilah smell good. She shape
Mm-hmm.
nice. All the things, right? But at the end of the day, Delilah was a deceiver.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't fall into the trappings of woman. I love women. I think women are beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm with, God bless her soul, right? Love of her life, right? However, we cannot get ourselves caught up in a pickle
Mm-hmm.
with somebody who gives us the strappings of it, but is now there giving us the push.
Mm-hmm.
If I deposit a seed inside of you,
Brother,
your
the argument
your
returns.
job is to protect the
Yes,
seed,
yes.
right? And so, you know, like we get so worried about just dropping seeds, even in a literal sense,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We so worried about dropping seeds in a literal sense that you and I talked about this before. Your strength, like what is your strength,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you and I had a conversation about what the strength looked like, and we're gonna do that tonight. But dropping seeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like that your strength is in you making sure that the person that you are going to germinate a seed with can protect your seed. If you have your seed, your strength, whatever it is that you want to call it, because Samson got caught up in what looked good to him,
Mm-hmm. But wasn't good for him.
but wasn't good for him.
But was good too. She love bombed Samson. Yeah, I'm just messing, but you figure, bro, you think
Right.
about it. These modern terminology, love bombing and all that gaslighting, brother. That stuff been going on for years.
Listen, how they say, ain't nothing new under the
Nothing
sun.
new on the sun.
It's been going on. Everything has been going on. So have I been, man, I've been Samson. I've been Samson before,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that where I am today is I have learned how to recognize what, if I tell you what my vision is
Mm-hmm.
for me, that you can follow, this person can follow up with me and be like, so what are you doing regarding your
Yes.
vision?
Yes, bruh. Pushing you,
How is
reminding
it
you.
that I can help you and support you with your vision?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. Then yeah. Oh, y'all on the podcast? I'll join. I'll chime in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll join. I'll make a comment. Oh, you going to school for this? Hey, when do you start your classes?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh no, I'm gonna give you some time. Finish reading. Do like whatever it is that
Yeah.
your vision is.
Yeah.
Oh, you trying to lose weight? All right, cool. Then what we gonna do? Let's do it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever it is that you joining in for your vision for yourself. The person is German that you've deposited that strength in is going to
Mm-hmm.
protect it as opposed
Yes.
to try to use it against you,
Yes.
right? That knows that, oh, I'm not going to try to cut his hair. I'm going to protect his hair.
They realize the importance of multiplying, supporting, helping, um, sustaining the life versus if I don't do that, the repercussions that will come upon me,
Right.
So
That's it,
King
man.
brother, this has been a phenomenal conversation, man.
Right. You know, this what we do on the phone all the time.
I know, right? We just wanted to bring it to the people.
That's it. That's it.
Man, listen to those who are watching, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We're out here just looking to make impact. When Brothers Talk is from the heart, we're looking to make impact and to transform lives through our life experience, just being real with each other and also being real with you. It's funny because Ben, you was like when we do our posts, how do you do it? A good morning, people.
Beautiful people. Beautiful people.
A good
Right.
morning, beautiful people. Today's, Monday's message. Here I come with some coffee and some jazz, some laid back stuff.
I can sit in front of the fireplace and sip some coffee too.
I love it. I love it, man. I love the camaraderie. But I'm proud of you, man. And thanks for pushing me, even with this, because there are points in our lives where we all get hit, man. Life happens. Life happens. It could be relational, mentally, physically, um, transitions in family, things of that nature. But you still have to keep moving. My dad asked me the other day, he said, son, how are you doing? I said, I'm good. I said, yeah, I'm good, 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 good. I said, and then I asked him, I said, are you talking about anything in particular or just in general? He said, well, just in general. How you doing? mentally, and how you feeling. And bruh, my dad, 91, asked me that. He was talking to the little boy in me. He was talking to the little boy in me, man. And I took advantage of it, meaning that the opportunity was there, and I let him know what I was feeling. I cried a little bit. He cried a little bit. We're both missing mom. We're both missing my uncle, his baby brother, but my favorite uncle. And we just had a moment, man. But at 91, and I know there's something that my dad's to teach me, and there's something I was supposed to teach him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I value those days and that time.
Bro, when you saying that, I gotta make a trip to go see my mama. I gotta go sit with her.
Yeah,
I gotta go sit with her.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's make that. And I'm looking forward to coming out there, bro. I'm coming out there soon.
Listen, bro,
Coming out there soon.
I got two extra rooms up here ready for you. Whichever one you want to take, bro. Come, bring bring your laptop and a couple of sets of clothes. I got
Yes, sir.
everything else. Let's get it,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.
Well, be good, be blessed, man. And to everyone who's watching, thank you so much. And we will look to talk with you soon. Be the best you because everyone else is already taken. And remember, when brothers talk, we impact nations and we change the world.